A little tiny pull, but that was it.
Yep.
That was struck.
Yeah.
All right, guys, here we are down at Golf Central tonight, and we're doing the review of the Ping G400.
Yep.
Now, you've hit this a little bit.
I've hit it a couple of times.
But this is the first time you've mucked around with it with a shaft that kind of suits a bit better to you.
Because I've hit it with your shaft,
Yep.
and even that goes pretty good.
Exactly.
As if you have a look at
some of those videos.
North Stratty.
Actually, you did. You hit it on the 9th at North Stratty. If I haven't deleted it, I'll put that in.
If you go back in, there was a 3-hole.
That's right.
Swap. So if you go back in there, I hit it. And it's a good, solid driver.
It was pure. So, from a technology point of view, Ping are very, very good at what they do. They bring all their weight back and they make it low.
Yep.
So what that does is gives it a very high MOI, which means that when you start mishitting it, it tends to go a little bit straighter, tends to keep ball speeds up across the face, better than most. Now, 440cc or 445cc head, so it's smaller than every other, well, most others at 460, but it is the most forgiving driver on the market.
Yeah, I feel that even if you don't quite get it, you go, ooh, that's still gone a fair way. So
basically, from an MOI point of view, I think it's like 15 to 20% higher than every other manufacturer's highest, and it's the smallest head. And that's what Ping do really, really well, and that's what happens when you move the weight back a little bit. So,
but it doesn't look tiny.
No.
Like
because Ping's always stretched back quite a lot.
Yeah, it looks like a normal size club.
Exactly. So going to 445, it's actually made it a little bit better looking.
Certainly not standing there looking at it and go, oh, that's a tiny little head. So no.
It's only 15 seat. You know what I mean? It's nothing.
I'll let you talk about that,
and
I'll talk about what I think it looks.
Tungsten in the back. Now, basically, that little bit of tungsten moves forward for the LS Tech, and it moves in the heel for the SF Tech. So the SF Tech is the draw bias head. They all look the same. They all look identical. But it has weight slightly heel sided so that the toes lighter, moves faster in comparison. They've changed the way that they've forged the face. They've changed the way that they've made the face. So the face is now kind of milled and then it's kind of flattened out or milled down so that it's all the same thickness.
Is that the reason why it's getting that solider sound?
No, so they've got fins in here. From the close-ups, you'll be able to see kind of here. There's actually a couple of fins inside the head that actually change the noise because the G
because they've always had a very
loud
tingy sort of noise to them,
and it almost echoed.
And
whereas this,
a lot of people have said over the years, I won't buy a Ping driver, I hate the sound.
And that's why I didn't use the previous ones.
It's got a good solid driver sound.
Yeah, correct. And to me, the sound disappears pretty quick. Whereas the other one kind of echoed and bounced around a little bit more. So they've changed the way that they've done the face, which is fantastic. So it's a little tiny bit more ball speed. They've also put the turbulators. They've changed them slightly. They've also got the Dragonfly technology, which is what they did have in the G as well. Then they've just added these dots in the back. Now that's a little bit of aerodynamics, but it also blends into the ground a little bit better, kind of softens this back edge.
I like the look at it from the top, like the matte black finish.
Oh, same.
It just looks really good.
Now, in the G, they did have a little bit of an edge there. So this is called the infinity edge. It's like an infinity pool.
I like it. I like the look at it from the top.
It seriously frames the ball brilliantly. Also, Vortec. In the back there to stop a little bit of drag. Head being a bit smaller with all this aerodynamics, you might be seeing, again, it's very minimal, I'm sure, but let's say at 120 mile an hour, which not many people are at, there's probably a mile an hour or maybe 1.5 mile an hour gain. So the quicker you swing it, of course, the quicker or the more aerodynamic it'll become. So you talk about it, and the neck as well. So the neck, you've got standard loft, which is the O. Then you've got
a little bit of adjustability through there.
Yeah, the big and the small.
Do you know what?
Which is 0.6 and 1.
Love the look, love the feel of it. It feels really solid. Even when I've hit it with your shaft.
Yes.
I would be very, if I was to get one, I would maybe have a look at the one with the
SF Tech
draw weight.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
So maybe have a little look at that, and obviously play around with some shafts.
See, what happens, and some people don't quite understand, is that when you've got weight pulled back, it actually increases the rate of closure of the face. So, so let's say all things equal in regards to balance of weight towards the toe of the heel. Let's say all that's equal. If the weight is further back compared to the weights further forward, it's going to potentially be slightly more draw biased with the weight just back.
For me, I definitely don't want the one with the weight forward.
No, because you need a little bit more face closure.
So Ping, do they do shaft options?
Yeah, so they basically got their stock standard shaft, which is really cool. They got color shift technology. It's like the coppery color, and it's black when you look down, but it's copper when you look up. That's the stock shaft. They got the tour shaft as well, which is a small upcharge. And then they've got the Kurakage, the yellow, the hazardous yellow, and the extortion, which is an Aldilla shaft. And they've got that at, I think, like 100, 100 and whatever. It's going to be different wherever you're at, but it's a bigger upcharge than the tour.
No. Well, prices vary, don't they? It's just...
Exactly.
I just want to know what options they have.
Basically got 5 different shaft options, one at no charge, and then everything else is a slight upcharge.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit one just because... But you couldn't talk about it because
I've seen Al hit this a few times now, and he's been hitting this really good on the course. It sounds good. He's hit some good solid drives. I think it's one of the best drivers I've had for. See, look at that average. Yeah, yep. Look at him. He's crying about that going. What a crap.
No. What I like about this is the noise.
Yep.
But it's also from a ball speed point of view, from a numbers point of view. For me, the Callaway Epic always had the most ball speed out of everything that I've hit. But this is only a smidgen behind, but to me it sounds better, feels better, it probably even looks better.
Yeah, look.
And that copper colour's cool.
I don't like to compare drives too much.
Yep.
To me, this one feels so much better than what the Epic did for me.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people will say...
Oh no, the Epic's a great driver. Put it this way, I think...
And it was, and I hit some good shots with it. I just felt that it just didn't feel right for me.
And that's the thing, for me,
simple as that.
I don't hit this quite as far as the Epic.
Yep.
And the reason is spin. Now, ball speed's basically the same as the Epic for me.
Yep.
It launches basically the same, even for less loft, so I actually went down in loft. I'm actually kind of 8.5 or 8.4 degrees. And I'm getting the same launch, same ball speed.
Yep.
Spins a little bit more for me.
Yep.
Now, no matter what shaft I try, it's kind of the mid-ish high 2s. So it's like 2.6 to 2.8, somewhere like that.
Yep.
So it's on the higher side, but that's the normal head. The LS Tech head I haven't mucked around enough with yet, and hopefully I will, because maybe that'll knock off maybe a couple of hundred, and maybe that...
I think you're getting some pretty good consistent ball flight with this.
The biggest thing is, let's say you hit 1 or 2 crap shots around, you know, or maybe hit 6, but let's say with this you might get 1 or 2 that are in the fairway or in play instead of out of bounds or in a hazard. That's what I'm feeling between this and some others.
And that's what I think. So the original drive, when I started doing the show, you hit pretty consistent all the time.
Yeah.
Right? Well, so the copper drive you had, it seemed to hit the middle of the fairways all the time, over and over. Some of the other drivers, not so much. I feel this is closer back to that.
Yeah. And I think this comes off the face faster than the Cobra that I originally had.
Yeah. You're getting...
At the end of the day, Ping don't muck around with distance. They don't really care. They don't go, we're going to hit this 20 metres further than anyone else.
No.
What they care about is 9 spots across the face.
Yep.
And in their testing everything together, like I said, 15 or 20% more forgiving.
Mate, you can't make pars from the water.
You can't.
What
What did Jared say? He goes, things that don't last long, dogs chasing cars and pros putting for pars.
Yeah.
I never heard that, but anyway, I've just used that.
I remember, someone said that. Yeah, I can't remember if it was someone will know out there, I'm sure. Whether it was Lee Trevino or someone like that, but yeah, basically said.
It sounds like a Lee Trevino thing.
Dogs chasing cars and
pros putting for pars. But hopefully you will be putting for more birdies using something like this. But go out and give the G400 a go.
Yep.
Sounds better, looks better, goes for a little bit faster off the face than the previous stuff.
Yep.
Overall, it's just a little bit more refined than the previous stuff.
Yep.
Which is really good.
Look, I
think it's just solid.
It's a great solid driver. I'd try a few different shaft options. Like I said, get out there and I'd give it a whirl.
Give it a whirl.
Yeah, and it looks good. I like that classic, just matte black finish.
It is good.
Yeah.
And if you haven't seen it, we've also got some other stuff out there. The new Mizuno driver looks very, very good, even though it's not a traditional looking club in the ball.
No. But it's Looks good too.
Yeah, so go back out and check that out, guys. Anyway, Ping G400, go check out the whole range, the fairways, the hybrids as well. Anyway, this is the driver. We'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Beautiful.